cooking doesn't just change the taste of food, cooking changes the nature of the food. It changes the medicinal qualities of the food, in addition to the taste. Applesauce is not the same as apple. Applesauce is sweeter. It's less astringent. It has a different effect on your body than an apple does. Hi, I'm John Immel, and in this lecture we're going to talk about how cooking changes the qualities of food. And this talk is sponsored by the Joyful Belly School of Ayurveda. All right, so cooking food breaks down many of the nutrients in food. The longer you cook something, the more the nutrients break down. But according to Ayurveda, cooking also unlocks the prana or life force of food because it's easier to digest. So, should you cook food or not cook food? Well, it really depends on how well your digestion is. If you have a trouble digesting food, cooking may improve the absorption of your food, and therefore you'll get more nutrients from cooked food. But if your digestion is strong, then you may be able to digest food that's raw, and raw food has a much higher nutrient content. So should you eat a raw carrot or a cooked carrot? Well, it depends on whether you can digest it. If you can digest it, eat the raw carrot. If you can't digest a raw carrot, eat the cooked carrot. So, I think I've explained that enough. Well, what about other forms of cooking? What about other forms of processing? What do they do to food? Well, you can puree something or shred it. And when you do that, you are greatly increasing the absorption of those nutrients. It's actually, when people discovered and started discovered the benefits of puree, it was like a huge health fad in the early 1900s. It was called Fletcherizing then, when you pureed something, and it was supposed to increase your intelligence, etc. Why? Because you were getting more nutrients, and the pureed food is much easier to digest. So that's great. It really releases the prana of the food. But if you don't eat it right away, it degrades quickly. So that's something that's important. Boiling food, that changes the food. It makes it moist and soggy, and it also can remove water-soluble vitamins and minerals. Roasting food increases dryness. Just like, think about dried fruit made by baking in the sun, right? The sun sort of heats all the moisture out of the fruit and it dries it out. Well, roasting does that accelerated. So roasting increases dryness because it decreases water content. But even if you baste the roast with oil, it increases oiliness and dryness at the same time. If you saute food, it really dries it out. Think about why food sizzles when you saute it. What's happening? Well, basically, the water content in the food is boiling out, and that's what makes that satisfying sizzle noise when you are sauteing something. Well, if the water content's getting boiled out, that means the food is drying out. And so sauteing food dries out the food and concentrates it. Now, if you keep on cooking something after the water content is boiled out, the temperature starts to rise above the boiling temperature of water. So you're cooking food, and it's at 212 degrees. Now the water gets boiled out and the temperature starts rising. 250, 300, 350, 400, 425, 450, 475, etc. As the temperature increases, the food starts to get burnt. But before it gets burnt, it gets roasted and toasted. And basically, when you're roasting and toasting food, you are making new molecules you're basically changing the molecular structure of the food that you're eating. And that's why the taste changes. So roasted, toasted food has a little more bitterness, has a lot more heat in it, a lot more dryness, and it has a different flavor. The particular way in which the molecules changes is called Maillard reactions. And these Maillard reactions can have a somewhat unpredictable structure, but basically it creates a lot of free radicals. These Maillard reactions give a very rich, delicious flavor, so people like it. But in the process, because it creates those free radicals and complex, strange molecules, it's cancer-causing. And here's just a list of different ways certain things go under the Maillard reaction. You can Google that yourself. Slow cooking is much easier to digest, but the nutrient quality may be degraded. Microwaves. Studies show that microwave food has a higher nutrient density because it has a shorter cooking time. The longer you cook food, the lower the nutrient content. However, I want to add a caveat. Some esoteric studies, and there was a Japanese photographer named Dr. Masaru Emoto. He filmed and took photographs of how the energy of water changes, whether based on whether it's in the microwave and that's kind of fascinating to take a look at. Fermenting food can change the quality of food too. Fermenting food breaks down complex carbohydrates in the food to simpler carbohydrates. Basically, the food becomes easy to digest, and fermenting also heats up the blood. Why? Because fermented food is basically rotten food. It's food that has been scoured by bacteria, and those bacteria release a sour taste into the food. So fermented foods taste a little sour, and it's because basically of bacteria poop in the food. The bacteria release their waste products, and those are sour. So the liver has to clean up these toxic excretions from the bacteria. And that's why fermenting food always inflames the blood, specifically by inflaming the liver, the main detox organ. Sour taste itself is generally a cholagogue that stimulates the liver, and that can be used strategically for cleansing.